You're listening to episode 1 of Drunk Athlete.
Welcome to Drunk Athlete, the podcast where we sit down with everyday athletes over a few beverages and talk about the trials, tribulations, and glory of their favorite subject, their sport, and themselves. Hosted by Big Pistachio's own Coach Aaron Truslow.
Hi, it is Erin, and I am so excited you are here with me today on our first podcast of Drunk Athlete. I personally wanted to start this podcast to get to know some really great people here, especially in the Austin area, but it's going to grow, obviously. Get to know their stories and the things that they have dealt with their sport, whether it's triathlon, running, kayaking, stand-up paddleboarding, whatever your sport is. Everybody has stories. And so part of what Drunk Athlete is about, it's not being a drunk athlete. It's about getting together with some really great people over a couple beverages and having a conversation. And we talk about their stories, their trials, their tribulations, their victories, and their losses, and everything that goes on with that in the average everyday athlete. And today I picked Cat Adkins to be my first guest, and I really couldn't think of a better guest. She was great in talking to us about her upbringing, her lifestyle, how she's come to lose a lot of weight, how she found triathlon as a sport, and how she found out that she has SIPE, and how she's dealt with that, and how she trained for her first Ironman. And it's just been very exciting to watch her. I personally know her, and her story is actually very, very interesting. So with no further ado, we'll get to the interview. And again, I am so thankful you are here, and we've got a lot of fun stories coming along. So thank you, and let's get on with this interview with Cat Adkins. Hi, Kat. How are you today?
I'm fantastic, Erin. How are you?
I'm so excited you're here on the first podcast, the first one.
Yay.
Yay.
You picked the right subject right here.
Well, this is called Drunk Athlete, and it is about us having a few cocktails while we're having a conversation. That's it. And I do know that you've been known to have a few cocktails.
One or two.
Per
race. Maybe before the swim. You never know.
I wouldn't.
I'll never tell.
Yeah.
I'll never tell.
Let's not go there. Yeah. We don't want USAT to find out.
No.
So what are you drinking today?
I'm drinking vodka, actually Deep Eddy Peach vodka and water.
Great. That sounds awesome. Sounds so awesome. I am joining you with the Deep Eddy Peach. Cheers. Awesome. Good deal. All right. So, Kat, I've only known you for, a couple years? Maybe
couple
2
years,
years?
sounds good.
2 years, 3 years. How long have you been in Austin?
10 years.
Really?
Yes.
Where the fuck were you before that?
I was up north of Dallas.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Fat and lazy in Dallas is what I was. Yeah.
So you were heavier.
Yes.
For a while.
40 pounds.
40 pounds heavier.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So it's from like what time to what time?
That I was fat?
Yes. Let's not use fat. Let's just use heavier.
Okay. I was larger. I don't remember when I started getting fat. I think probably 28 years old.
Okay.
And then, yeah, that sounds about right.
Was it lifestyle or your family, or what do you think it was?
It was definitely lifestyle. I was not active whatsoever, and I just ate
whatever you
everything.
Wanted. Yeah.
I mean, I still pretty much eat everything now, but I did do a diet to lose the original 40 pounds.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Cool. Like a fad diet or?
I did the slow carb diet.
Slow carb.
Yeah,
diet.
it's out of a book called The 4-Hour Body, and
Interesting.
a boyfriend got me hooked on it, and I started it and dropped the weight. Those boyfriends, yes. Got me into cycling too, though, so I wouldn't be here had it not been for those boyfriends.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I wouldn't be in fitness without a boyfriend who broke up with me on my birthday,
Uh-huh.
but
That's so
gave,
sweet.
I know, he broke up with me on my birthday and gave me a gift card to a 24-hour gym.
That was an awesome gift.
Yeah,
The breakup and the gift card.
basically, you're fat. Here's where to work out, and I'm leaving you. It's a great birthday.
Isn't it a great gift, though?
It is.
In the long run,
In the long run, it changed my life. So there you
See?
go. There you go. I totally feel you.
You got to look at the positive in everything.
It's true. I actually do, in my mind, thank him for doing that.
See?
Yeah, it's cool. But, enough about me. Back to you.
What about me?
So you were up north of Dallas, and then when did you come to Austin?
Came to Austin in 2007.
2007.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And it was very, very rainy that year. Everything flooded.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. I don't know what made me stay, but I loved Austin so much. It was beautiful.
Oh, it is.
So.
It is an amazing city to be in. So you're here in Austin, and what's your job right now?
I am a bartender,
Okay.
3 to 4 days a week. And then I also have a company, FoxCat Events,
Okay.
and we put on races.
Awesome.
5Ks, 10Ks, duathlons, you name it.
So those are two very different types of jobs.
Very different.
So when do you sleep?
Well, whenever I can. Sometimes it's in the middle of the afternoon. Sometimes it's in the middle of the night. You never know. Sometimes I'm waking up at 4:30 in the morning. Sometimes I'm going to bed at 4:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Sometimes I'm just plain drunk at 4:30 in the morning. You never know.
You never know what you're going to get.
Sometimes I just have to stay up all night after I work a shift and make it to a race or a workout or whatever. I don't have time to go home and sleep for an hour and get back up because I know I won't get up. So.
Oh my gosh. But you do, you're working all the time.
All the
pretty
time.
Much all the
Yes.
time. I love that. It's hard, but it'll pay off, right?
We shall see.
We'll talk a little bit more about FoxCat because I'm interested in the events and all of that. And, of course, your bar is, that would be fun to go hang out at your bar.
Well, any bar is fun.
With
the right people.
With the right people.
Yes.
That is true. That is true. So, okay. So my first, remembering of who you are and meeting you was I was at one of the races at Decker Lake. And you were there in your new cat's litter jerseys.
Right.
And you had your own team rack.
Yes.
You had your own team rack. And since, I have a racing team too, I was like, no, wait, what the fuck? I don't have my own team rack. Who is this person and why does she have her own rack? And why are they all having so much fun and they look like they're doing shots? What's going on over there? So what was or is, you still have Cat's Litter?
Cat's Litter, yes.
Mm-hmm. And so was it like a group that you got together? And
It is a group. A friend of mine, we were drunk at a bar one day, imagine that. And I had done literally my first ever triathlon. And it was just such a mess and had no idea what was going on. Don't know why I did it. And so we decided that we needed a group for people who are a mess and people who don't necessarily know what's going on. We wanted everyone to be included. There were so many people who are like, oh, I could never do what you do. And I'm like, no, actually you could. Anyone can, and you can probably do it better. So just come have a drink with us and we'll get you drunk enough to convince you that you can do a triathlon. That's how it started.
That's really how it starts for most people.
Yeah. Best decisions are made when I'm drunk.
That's okay. So with that in mind, what did bring you to triathlon? What got you from losing the 40 pounds and then what got you into the sport and how did you find triathlon?
Well, I blame Carrie Barrett.
Okay.
She apparently gave some motivational speech to my best friend that she attended for work and was talking about her triathlon adventures. And my best friend decided that she was going to do a triathlon, and I was not about to let her do one before I did. So I signed up for one too. So I blame everything in my life on Carrie Barrett.
Okay. So if you don't know Carrie Barrett is a popular person here in Austin who works at the Austin Swim Academy, and she coaches and she writes for Austin Fit, and she's very well known, and she's very funny, and she plays a mean guitar and can sing too. So the girl does everything, and she is fast as fuck.
Yeah.
A race I did in May, she actually just blew by me, and as she was running past me and away from me, and I told her first one crosses the finish line buys the other one a beer. She's like, I got it. I'm like, damn it.
I love it.
So a lot of fun. So it's good to blame it on Carrie.
Yeah,
that works.
It should be hashtag blame it on Carrie.
Blame it on Carrie. We can
my
get
new
t-shirts.
hashtag.
T-shirts made. I'm sure she'll love it.
Yes.
Excellent. So Carrie Barrett is your inspiration for triathlon.
Yes.
So what was your first race?
My first race was the Marble Falls triathlon in Marble Falls, and I did the Olympic distance because I didn't know any different from a regular I didn't know the difference in distances, so I signed up for the Olympic, and it was miserable. The swim, I had borrowed a wetsuit from a friend, and it was a wetsuit that she used to surf with. So,
Okay.
And during the swim, I thought that I was having an allergic reaction, and later found out that I have SIPE. But it took a couple races, wearing the wetsuit, because I did some afterwards without a wetsuit and was fine, and then did another one with, and realized, oh no, I'm actually coughing up blood. That lake water isn't really that dirty. So I just, I was second to last out of the water in that try, and fifth to last overall. And I did it the next year, and I think I got first in my age group. So stick with it, because you never know.
So let's talk about SIPE, because a lot of people don't know what it is or understand what it is. So can you explain it a little bit?
Yes, it's swimming-induced pulmonary edema. Okay. And it basically, the wetsuit, I can wear pants now. I just can't wear anything around my torso because it causes the capillaries in your lungs to burst. And that makes it very difficult to breathe. And you just cough up blood. And once I'm out of the water, I'm perfectly fine. I can finish no problem, but I just can't wear a wetsuit anymore.
Is it fatal?
It can be, yes.
It can be.
Yes.
So it's very important that way. It's okay. You can drink.
That's sorry, I keep hitting the mic with my glass.
That's why we're here.
Priorities.
Yeah, priorities. So yeah, it sounds very, very, very dangerous. And you're the first person I've ever met that actually have that. So, and watching you do triathlons and get in the swim and swimming and all that without a wetsuit and some of the water that we're swimming in is A, very brave, and B, you have to do what you have to do, and you love the sport enough not to quit.
Well, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to swim so slow that whether I'm wearing a wetsuit or not, it's not really an advantage. So it doesn't make a difference to me.
Well, and you're colder than everybody else, so there's that.
There's that, but it's okay.
In Texas, there's only so many cold swims anyways.
That's true.
Awesome. Okay, so your first one was Marble Falls. I've never done that race. I hear it's very hilly.
It was very hilly. It wasn't too bad, though. I mean, we're from Austin. We're used to hills.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So is that your favorite race because it was your first, or no?
No. That was not my favorite race.
No, what's your favorite race?
I would have to say it's Ironman now. Ironman, Texas. It's definitely my favorite.
You've come a long way, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I definitely want to talk to you about Ironman. So we're definitely gonna get there.
Okay, we'll skip that for now.
Yeah, we're gonna circle back to Ironman. Good. Okay, so that's great. So I know I have made a ton of mistakes in races. I've been racing for about 13 years, and done a few races. I've made 100 million mistakes, and that's what I think makes me a good coach too, because I've been there and I've done that.
Yep.
And I can help people maybe not do it or not make them feel miserable when they do make that mistake. So what is one of your biggest mistakes you've ever made in a race?
I never ever make a mistake.
That's so funny.
Okay, that's a big lie. I don't know. I have so many. I don't think that I could even think. I mean, I would have to start a list. I've forgotten plenty of things. Now I know. Set everything out, take a picture of it so that you know you've got everything that you need. I mean, I've gotten all the way for Ironman to transition to drop off my bags, my special needs bags, and I don't have any bags. So I have to drive all the way back into the condo we're staying in to get transition bags because I'm relying on someone else, Stuart Mickler, to make sure that I have everything.
Yeah, you have to take control over your own gear and be responsible for your own stuff.
Yeah, but I'm so, I go into every race not caring very much about anything. And so I don't do a lot of research. I don't read athlete guides. I don't do any of that. I have so many people around me who are so good at that I expect them to do it for me.
So Cat has handlers. Is that what we're saying?
I used to always have to have a person. I'm like, I need a person for tomorrow's race. Somebody's got to step up. And I've had so many people, step up and do that for me and make sure that they have plenty of booze for me at the finish line, which is the one thing that they never forget, of course.
That's good.
But yeah, mistakes. I feel like every race is a mistake. I mean, signing up a lot of times.
Signing up is the first mistake.
Once I'm done, I don't feel like it's a mistake. But, while I'm doing it, yeah.
But there must be something about it that you love enough to keep making that same mistake over and over and over again.
Oh, yeah. It's the people out there. It's the people. It's not even necessarily the athletes, which are awesome, because I've definitely seen some inspiring athletes. But it's the crowd and the volunteers. I mean, none of them have to be out there, and they are, and the energy is just amazing. So
yeah,
that's it.
Our triathlon community here, we're very fortunate.
Yes.
It's a village, and we all take care of each other. It's
true.
It's really cool, and I'm sure there's communities like this in other states, but Austin is the best. I'll just have to say that right there.
I agree.
But yeah, so it definitely, when you become a triathlete, you are automatically a member of this community or club,
right,
in Austin, and I'm sure it's like that in other places.
I don't know that it is like that in other places, though. I feel like Austin is the biggest. I mean, we have the most races, I feel like.
We have a lot.
We have a whole lot.
A whole lot of races.
Thank you. High five.
Yeah, thank you. Keep them coming. So is your whole family athletic like you?
No, they were soccer players growing up. So, and my oldest younger sister is still a soccer player. She's very, very active. And my brother still plays soccer. The younger one, not so much anymore, but she's super busy with her children. So they do a lot of cool things. But I don't know about... My sister definitely is another person who got me into trying to be active in the beginning because she signed me up for a soccer team, and I was so terrible, but she always let me play. It was so sweet. I don't do well with balls. I'm not coordinated. It's not good.
Cat doesn't play with balls
Cat
well?
doesn't play with balls well.
Okay, that's noted. Awesome. Excellent. With that, we'll have another drink. So we can circle back a little bit. So over the past few years, you've been doing more and more races. You're always out there. You're always having fun.
Oh, yes.
You've always got your handlers.
Yes.
You've kind of been known for your beverages.
A little bit.
A little bit. That's good. But you're out there doing it. I mean, whether or not you have your beverages or who you are, you're out there, you're training and you're ish. And you're doing it. You're out there and you're having fun. And for somebody who came from a background where you probably weren't doing a lot of health and fitness stuff,
right,
and you were slightly overweight, it probably took you a while to learn how to do the swim, bike, and run all together.
Right.
So I think that's an amazing accomplishment right there, that you've put that all together, and I'm sure your family's super proud of you and they think you're crazy for what you do.
It's so true. They all think I'm batshit crazy.
That's perfect. That's perfect, right? What else could we want? But so who talked you into signing up for Ironman Texas?
I don't know that anyone talked me into it.
You did that all on your own?
Yeah, I actually just saw a memory on Facebook recently where CC Rowe had convinced me to do Ironman Texas a couple years ago. And, I woke up the next day and was like, no, absolutely, that's not going to happen. I've always sworn I would never do one. I was just drunk. Like, you can't convince me to do stuff when I'm drunk. And then I'm sure that I signed up for Ironman while I was drunk because I can convince myself, but I can't listen to anyone else while I'm drunk. But I woke up the next day and it was paid for, so I decided I had to do it.
You had to do it. So did you train for a whole year or?
No, I didn't train much at all. I started out training Sherry Fox, my business partner, and owner of Fit Fox Training. She actually helped me out a lot. She had written me a plan, what I needed to do, and I started out really strong with that for probably about 3 months and got up to, I think, an 85-mile bike ride, and I was, just not running, enough and doing most of the swims that she had scheduled for me. And then I had some knee issues. Apparently the cartilage in my knee is gone. And so the doctor said no running or biking. And that was for 3 months leading up to Ironman. So it was just a suggestion so that I could make it to the start line. So I never expected to finish. I wanted to start. I wanted to see the experience. I wanted to see what it was like so that, maybe next time I could actually finish.
Right.
And it was just the crowd and everything out there that got me to the finish line there.
That's awesome. Yeah, I remember you having some struggles and not being able to ride a bike or run. 3 months leading up to Ironman is typically not ideal.
I was allowed to swim, but I was so defeated. I was just like, I'm not swimming. Not doing anything.
So you would say you had minimal training.
Yes.
Well, and you I know you called yourself uncoachable for a period of time.
Absolutely.
And I don't believe that you're
I
uncoachable.
still believe that I am absolutely uncoachable.
I don't believe that.
But it's okay. I mean, now I knew that I had enough of a base that I figured I could, for sure, make the swim cutoff and do some of the bike before I got pulled off. I figured it would just be so slow that somebody would come and get me. I didn't think that physically I wouldn't be able to do it. I just didn't think that I had the cardio built up to be able to finish the bike in the amount of time allotted. And so, cars, trucks kept passing me, and I was like, oh, they're here to sweep me. They're here to sweep me. And then they never did. I'm like, God, oh, my God, now I'm on the run. Now I'm going to get swept on the run. I didn't want to make it this far. I don't want to have to run. And then 6 miles.
I didn't really want to finish Ironman.
No. 6 miles into the run, my friend Stuart came up, and he was like, okay, now you got to do it. And I was like, oh, yeah, now I'm totally fine. Like, running is what I do. I'm okay. And then I was like, wait, I just ran 6 miles. I haven't run 6 miles in months. No, I don't have it. I still have 20 more to go. Like, oh, no. And then, the last lap, a guy comes by on a bicycle, and I was like, hey, are you here to sweep me? And he's like, oh, no, you made the last cutoff. You're going to be an Ironman soon. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? So I picked it up and was able to finish strong, but 16 and a half hours, I don't know how strong you call that.
It's called an Ironman.
Okay.
Yeah. 16:59:59. You are an Ironman.
That's true.
But that's pretty cool. I mean, that you were able to do that, to withstand. I mean, I know you were having knee issues. I'm sure it didn't feel good.
It actually, I honestly blame it on the crowd. I thank them because I didn't have any issues at all. I never hurt the entire Ironman.
That's amazing.
And yeah, I think it was just the energy out there.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So would you say that pretty much Ironman can be done by just about anybody?
I wouldn't go that far. You definitely have to have a base.
Yes.
Years and years of a base of, a lot of cardio.
Yeah.
But I think that a lot of people who think that they can't do it actually can.
Yeah.
Who are athletes and who do have that base.
Right.
But
now, did it take you a while to call yourself an athlete? I know for me, I had a really hard time with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I, had Cat's Litter, my own group, and I still never considered myself a real athlete. I don't know when I finally did say I was an athlete. Couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
When you do realize that you are an athlete, it's a very empowering thing. And you don't have to be, on a Wheaties box to be an athlete.
Right.
Right? Everyday people are athletes every day.
I think after this, though, Wheaties will be calling me.
You know what?
For sure.
I bet you they will.
Or maybe Tito's or Dripping Springs or Deep Eddy. Someone's going to call me.
So, you know what? If I see your face on a Deep Eddy bottle, I'll be really excited. That would be so cool.
I don't see why they don't sponsor me.
That would be amazing.
It would be.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Exactly.
I'm one of the athletes who sometimes will be out there the longest. So people are going to see your name on me for a long
For a lot
period of
longer.
time.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good investment.
That's a great investment.
Just so you know, Tito's, Gordon's. I'm not even picky. I don't care.
It doesn't have to be a local brand.
No.
It can be anybody. It can be anybody. That's excellent. Yeah. There wasn't any Tito's or anything in your water bottle on your bike? No, we're drinking water, right?
Water.
Yes, just water.
I will say there was definitely water in that.
Okay, good.
There was absolutely water. There is always water in my bike
bottles. Yeah.
Always.
Always. So you started off with the Olympic, which is crazy. Most people start off with a sprint. You did a bunch of
I didn't know any
sprints.
better.
Yeah, it's okay. You're uncoachable, so it's fine.
Yes.
And you worked your way all the way up to Ironman.
Mm-hmm.
And you got your M. tattoo.
I did.
You did. I love your M. tattoo. So obviously you can't see this, but Cat has got the M. tattoo from Ironman, but the M is the first letter in the word mean on her wrist. So
Yes.
it basically just says mean on her now, which is amazing. So I'm training for my first Ironman, and I was so inspired by yours doing the same thing. But I think I want to do like misunderstood or miserable, mischievous, and something like that. We'll find a good M word for that.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I saw, when I originally saw it, it was dream with the M, as the M dot. But I'm not a dream kind of person, and I wanted something motivational, but I'm not really, I'm just not that motivational. So I figured mean was kind of the best description of me and the way I do things.
It's kind of perfect.
I love it.
It's kind of perfect.
Love it.
So what's your next race?
I have no idea.
You haven't signed up for anything?
I'm signed up for something. I'm signed up for a 5K in Dallas on the 4th of July, if that counts.
It absolutely counts.
Okay, and then the Marble Falls Try I'm doing, which is
Okay.
not hits this time, but I don't know. I've never done the Marble Falls Try. I know I'm signed up for that, and I'm thinking Jack's Generic is coming up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just sign up like the day before, and I go and do them.
Good.
I don't necessarily know what's coming up until the day before. I'm like, oh, yeah, I got a race tomorrow. Okay.
Oh, okay. That's good.
I should put some air in my tires.
Maybe dust out, the cobwebs off the bike.
That'd
That'd be
we'll
good.
see.
All right, we're going to take a quick break with that and get some more hydration, and we'll be right back.
Listen up, athletic people! Ever thought of joining a team that is supportive, fun, and inspiring? If you are someone who loves their sport or wants to cross the first finish line of their lives and are a little nutty, then Big Pistachio Racing is for you. Big Pistachio Racing offers discounts on races and gear, group workouts, and discounted coaching packages. Big Pistachio Racing is now accepting new members and has teams in Austin and Dallas-Fort Worth, and we are looking to open up satellite teams in other areas. Interested? Go to bigpistachio.com/teams to find out more.
Okay, we are back. We got some fresh drinks, and we're back. So let's go back to Ironman, Texas.
Yes.
Because I know you. I was tracking you all day.
Yes, you were. I got your advice while I was on the run that I needed to pick it up, and I only had a 30-minute window. All I heard was, I got 30 extra minutes. I can slow down if I want.
Yeah, so I was texting, obviously, your friends that were there to support you and basically yelling at them.
Right.
Don't let her slow down. I was like doing the math the whole time, like trying to figure it out. First of all, we were all blown away that you made the swim cutoff and then you made the bike cutoff. And we're like, oh my God.
Yeah, me too.
She's going to make it. And so while you were running, was watching your time and doing the math, and we were getting down to the last 6 miles. I was like, she cannot slow down. She has to keep the pace she's got going. And so I was there cheering for you the whole time, waiting for you to cross the finish line from the comfort of my own bed, of course, because I was home for the first time. But so tell me about your friends and family that came to watch you, because that must have been pretty amazing to have people there to support you.
It was amazing. All of my friends and family, we rented a condo down there. Stuart McClure was my Sherpa. He pretty much took care of me, other than the fact that he let me forget my bags when I needed to take them to transition. But hey. And when we forgot them, he's trying to calm me down. He's like, it's fine. I'm like, Stuart, I don't care. I don't care about this race. I've got plenty of time. I'm not in a hurry to get to the swim. I think I'll make it. And so, it was great. That run course was amazing because I got to see them so many times over and over again. And so I had something to look forward to. My parents, who are, oh my goodness, they're the greatest thing in the world. They came out and supported me. I knew that they wouldn't make it to the finish line because they're old. And, but I was excited to get to the finish line and see my friends. And I cross, and my volunteer who was helping me make sure I get my medal and my hat and my food, she says, where are your friends and family? Do you have friends and family here? We want to take your picture. And I was like, oh, yeah, absolutely. I have lots. And I'm looking around, and I have none. And
what?
None. I knew exactly where they were. They're in the bar getting drunk.
Oh, no. They missed your finish?
Which is why they are my friends. But, yes, I guess the tracker was a little off. And so they got a delayed response of when I was about to finish. And there was, though, an amazing volunteer who had seen me on the run, and she, encouraged me the entire time. Every time I saw her, she was so, so great. And then she was there at the finish line, and she's screaming for me as if she's my family. And the volunteer even said, do you want to go get her, to take a picture with her? And I was like,
sweet.
Oh, she's not my family. And I regret it now. I totally should have grabbed her and been like, come take your picture with me, because it was so nice.
Aww.
But yeah, so I cross, I go get some pizza, I get some Rudy's barbecue, and then I finally see them across the chute, across the street at the bar upstairs, and I'm like, oh no, you guys just stay there. Just stay there. I'll come to you. I'm not tired or anything. I just have to walk up these steps to come and see you. So I walk up this flight of stairs, and there's no way to get across.
Oh,
so
no.
I have to walk back down the flight of stairs, which is even worse. And they finally come up. And
this is after 16 and a half hours.
16 and a half hours. But they did hand me vodka as soon as they saw me.
Well,
so
they redeemed themselves at that
They did.
point.
One of them cried because she didn't get to see me cross.
Oh.
But whatever.
Well, I'm sure everybody was, including myself, are very proud of you for that moment. And I'm sure your medal is very in a cherished place.
No.
No?
No.
No.
It's on the wall with the rest of them.
It's on the wall with the rest. So are you going to do another Ironman?
I'm sure that I will, yes.
You can't, because I already said that you weren't going to do another Ironman in a video I posted about you earlier.
I know. And you know what? They actually called me out when I was crossing the finish line at Ironman, and said I didn't hear it when I was crossing, but I heard it when I went back and watched the video. And the announcer said, Cat Adkins, says this is her first and last Ironman. We hope not. We hope to see you back again next year or whatever. And I have no idea where he got that from. No idea, because I had met him the day before, but I know I didn't say that to him. And so I don't know where
Mike Riley?
Yes. I don't know where they got it from. I'm just like, yes, that's exactly what I said. And apparently I always lie, because I always said, I'm never going to do a half. I'm never going to do a full. I'm never going to do another marathon. Like, I just keep doing stuff that I say I'm not going to do. So never trust me.
Well, never say never.
Apparently I'm a big liar. Big fat liar.
I've always found out when I say stuff like, I'll never do that, it plants the seed to actually do that.
That could be it.
So you have to stop saying, I'll never do.
Okay. So I should just stop saying,
start
saying that I'm going to do everything and not do it?
Of course I'm going to do that.
And then I'm going to feel like a big failure.
Then just start flaking on
Yeah,
it.
I'm doing that. I'm totally doing that.
Totally doing it. Totally. So no plans right now for your next one, or do you have a city or
I would love to do
vacation?
Louisville in October because I have a lot of friends doing it.
So 2 Ironman in 1 year? Or
yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't see why not, other than not being able to afford it. That's the only thing that's going to keep me from it, because this shit's expensive.
Yeah, triathlon's an expensive sport.
It is expensive.
Yeah. But it's fun. It's worth it, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So my theory is there's really no other sport that an age group or an amateur or an everyday person off the street, a weekend warrior, can do at the same time the pros are doing it on the same course, on the same time, on the same day. So if you play football with your friends on the weekends, it's not like you get to be on Monday Night Football with them all dressed up and get to go. You don't get to go play Wimbledon. You don't get to do stuff. It's really one of the only sports that you get to rub shoulders with the professionals of the athlete and race against them.
I've never thought about it that way.
It's an incredible sport. It's like I'm always super happy when I'm on the run course, when the pros are still on the run course. I'm like, score! I'm out here with them. So it's always like a goal.
See, I don't pay any attention to the pros who are out there. I don't know who anyone is. I couldn't name one person.
The bib numbers are really small, like 1, 2, 3. Those are the ones I'm like, oh.
I just assume that they're done by the time I'm done swimming. So there's no reason to pay attention to who they actually are. I'm paying attention to the guy who's passing me in the swim who has one arm. The 80-year-old man who's passing me on the bike, and he's doing his second loop, and I'm still on my first. I mean, those are the people that I'm paying attention to.
And those are the people who are super inspiring as well.
Yes.
Like, that motivates me. Not that I just want to pass the one-armed person, but because that makes me a terrible person.
Yes.
But
among other things.
Yeah, you do want to pass the one-armed person because you're like, I have 2 arms. I should be faster.
Yeah. But no.
But they're super inspiring. They're
Absolutely.
incredible. It's like, you get to race with the pros. You get to race with the people who are challenged. You get to race with people who are, have 3% body fat, and you get to race with the people who've got 70% body fat.
Yes.
It's an amazing sport.
It is.
With an amazing ability to bring everybody together.
Right.
And everybody's the same.
Yeah. I will never forget Memorial Day weekend. I was watching which one's on Memorial Day? The one we just did, Captex. So I was watching that one. I think it was 2013, and I just was drunk and wanted to go down and watch a triathlon. I'd never seen one before, and I'm standing on the sidelines, and I'm drinking vodka, and I'm eating Whataburger, and I'm watching this guy, and he has no arms and no legs, and he's headed for the finish line of a tri. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? So I've tried to cyber stalk him and find him and let him know that he inspired me, but I haven't found him yet. So if anybody knows him.
That's amazing. We could figure out who that is.
I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure we
I tried. I found his bib number and everything, and I still couldn't find him. So.
Oh, wow. That's an amazing story.
It is.
So, yeah. I love that, the common everyday person gets to race against amazing stories like that. That's excellent. So let's talk a little bit about FoxCat. So FoxCat Events is your production company. Now, what started that?
Of course, another drunken idea. I mean, come on now. And so, yeah, there are, we have High Five Events in Austin who puts on amazing races. I mean, tons of them. And there aren't a whole lot because I do a lot of work out in Lakeway and the Bee Cave area and areas outside of Austin. And a lot of times people don't want to drive downtown to do a race. And so we decided that we would put on races outside of the Austin area. Everything, from pros to average, everyday moms and dads who want to come out and push a stroller.
From pros to average Joes.
Average Joes and Janes. And Janes. So, yeah, I mean, my business partner, Sherry Fox, she had already put on a Fox 5K out in Lakeway. And it was such a success that we just decided, hey, why not turn this into a job, and just started rolling with it.
That's awesome. How many events have you produced so far?
It's a very good question. After a few vodkas. I don't know. We helped out with the Fit Foodie 5K, which is very hard to distinguish from the Fit Fox 5K because I always mess it up. But there have been, I think, 3 Fit Fox 5Ks so far, the 4th coming up this December 3rd. And then we're putting on our first duathlon September 17th in New Braunfels, which is going to be beautiful. And we put on the Moxie Kids Try, which was so fun.
The kids are awesome.
It was so amazing. And the cutest thing you've ever seen. I mean,
adorable.
And some of them, are just, there's no way I could keep up with them. Like very, very young children who would just kick my ass. It was so awesome to watch. So that one was a lot of fun. But yeah, and we did our own FoxCat Events 5K just to sort of kick off the company. But Fit Fox 5K is one of our biggest races that we do annually.
That's awesome. So you're going to keep this going. Are you going to move into doing triathlons also, or keep it with like 5Ks and duathlons and things like that?
We have no idea. We'll just see what comes our way.
What comes your way? I like that. It's kind of cagey answer.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. So if somebody wanted to sign up for a Fit Fox event, how would they find you?
FoxCatEvents.com.
Awesome. Fox like the animal, right?
Yes.
Cat like the animal?
Just like me. FoxCatEvents.com.
Awesome. And they'll have a list of all your events coming up?
Yes.
Awesome. Good. Because obviously, this podcast will be replayed over and over again. So they want to be able to find your events from here on out moving forward. So they're a lot of fun. I know a lot of my athletes have done your events, and
yes.
They have a good time.
And done very, very well. Very, very well.
They're having fun. That's the biggest part.
Right.
So we enjoy that a lot. So awesome. Okay, so no Ironman except that you've registered yet for, except for you're thinking about Louisville coming up.
Right, and I think I'll definitely do Texas again just because I saw that there's a payment plan. So
I saw that too, the new payment plan.
Yes.
I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Why not?
Wow. All right. Excellent. Do you think you'll train for the next Ironman?
No, I don't think I'll train for anything ever again. If once doing the Ironman and not training, I just don't see the point in training for anything after that. I like doing, I like making plans with people to do bike rides and do runs and do stuff like that. If I don't make plans with people, the possibility of me waking up in the morning and being like, oh, I'm just going to go ride my bike for 50 miles today, it's probably not going to happen. So I just make as many plans as I possibly can. And I'm never going to cancel those, I mean, something horrible would have to happen. So I just make lots and lots of plans.
So it's triathlon, even though I think it is a very solo sport and a very selfish sport, you've made it a social sport.
Yes, for sure.
So you're able to bring all your friends and
right. Yeah, I want to get people together, and we want to do something afterwards. You don't want to just go for a bike ride, go for a swim, go for a run, and then just go home. You want to go out and reward yourself with some booze.
And a pizza or
or booze.
Or booze. I don't recommend that all the time.
I know.
Sometimes
I know you don't. I know you don't.
Recover a little bit.
I know. That's sweet of you to say. That's why you're a coach and I'm not.
I know. I'm like, I don't really recommend drinking all the time. But okay. That's awesome. Excellent. Well, so tell me one thing. Tell me something about you that maybe a lesson that you have learned about yourself through all of your triathlon adventures.
Lesson that I've learned.
Has anything happened to you where you've even surprised yourself?
I feel like I surprise myself every time I get out there. I surprise myself at how well I did, or I surprise myself at how horrible I did. I mean, you just never know. I mean, but I always enjoy it. I've never done a race and been like, I really wish I hadn't done that. I mean, I've done plenty of races where I couldn't even finish. You know, I tore my calf and just had to sit out the rest of the time. And watch everyone else cross the finish line. But I got to swim. It was fun. You know? My biggest lesson, I think, for me is that I'm never going to drown. Because I've always thought, I cannot swim, I cannot swim, I cannot swim. I will absolutely drown. And now I know that I swim slow enough that I will never, ever drown. I can do it forever.
But that's great. I mean, you don't have to be a fast swimmer to finish.
Right.
You just have to keep moving forward.
Yeah, you
right?
don't have to be good. You don't have to stay in freestyle the whole time, which I do now. But, I mean, I've doggy paddled some races, I'm not going to lie. It happens.
There's no shame in doggy paddling or breaststroking or side stroking in a triathlon, especially when you're brand new.
Right.
Right? Or if you're having any kind of breathing issues, sometimes that's just what you have to do.
Yes.
That's great. I mean, Cat, did you think when you were younger, when you were playing soccer, that this triathlon, you were going to be an Ironman someday?
Never, ever, ever. I didn't think 2 years ago I would be an Ironman someday. I mean, no, I never, ever thought that I would be a triathlete. I didn't even know what a triathlete was, honestly. And, you know, I never thought that I would be a runner. I mean, I remember training for my first ever 10K, and I was like, okay, I'm so serious about this. I quit drinking for 90 days, which is huge for me, you know. And I mean, I trained for this 10K, and when I finished it, I was like, that was so great. Like, I have to do a half. And so I did my half, and that was a little painful, but I was kind of addicted by then. And so I trained for my first marathon on a treadmill. And I never added any incline to it. I just straight out. Actually, I think it was like 4 treadmills because it'll only go for so long before it shuts off. And then I had to move to the next one. So the people at Planet Fitness thought that I was crazy and just stayed on a treadmill for hours and hours. It was terrible. And I finished my first marathon and swore I would never, ever do that again. It was, as soon as I was done, it was okay. Few hours later, my shins hurt so bad for some reason that I thought that I had injured myself really bad and that I was never going to run again. And I mean, for days I couldn't walk. It was so terrible.
Yeah, welcome to marathoning.
It was not good at all. But then I had a friend who wanted to do a marathon, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll do it with you, I guess. And so I did it, and that one was perfectly fine.
Hopefully you got off the treadmill for a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I love treadmills.
After the first marathon, I stopped the treadmill pretty much altogether. I had probably been on one like 5 times since then. I'm not a fan of anything indoors.
You need
Nothing
to be outside.
Yeah,
but treadmill training has a place and a time and a purpose. But if you're on it for 4 hours, that might be an issue.
Yeah, so it was much longer than 4 hours. Oh. Thank you for for thinking that I could do a marathon in 4 hours, but no, I couldn't. I think my first marathon was like 5.5 hours.
You did it,
was
right?
I did it, yeah, and I was still very overweight when I did it, so it was very nice. I was happy at the end.
Cat, it has been great talking to you today and finding out all about you from your adventures in triathlon and becoming an Ironman and hearing about your marathon experiences. And I think it's great. So if people want to get a hold of you, besides Tinder, how are they going to get a hold of you?
Well, since I've never had a Tinder account, you're going to have to email me at cat@foxcatevents.com.
Excellent. And so I'm really excited to see what FoxCat Events comes up with.
Me too.
And I'm very excited to see if you register for Louisville or if that passes you by, which next Ironman will be there for you.
Yes.
But I love seeing you at events, and I love racing with you. And I love that you're in this community and you're inspiring other people who think they can't, that they absolutely 100% can. So again, I really want to thank you for being my first guest on Drunk Athlete. So exciting. Perfect first. You were absolutely the first person that came to me. I was like, I have to interview Cat.
Yes.
I have to interview Cat. And it has been a lot of fun. So what I am proposing now is that we go get a drink.
Okay.
And then we go hang out in my pool for a while. Are we good with that?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I'm in.
All right. Well,
Okay.
thank you, Cat. I appreciate your time
you.
today.
Looking to hire a coach for your upcoming triathlon or marathon? Coach Aaron Truslow at Big Pistachio Coaching specializes in helping beginner and intermediate level athletes of all race distances. If you want to cross the finish line of your first 5K or your first Ironman, Coach Aaron has a program for you. No matter what your busy schedule is, Aaron can work a program that fits your lifestyle. Coach Aaron has been in the fitness industry for 30 years and has had hundreds of clients and athletes from across the globe. For information on services like the Limited Coaching Program, custom coaching, one-on-one training, lactate threshold testing, swim, bike, or run analysis, and even Sherpa Concierge, check out the website at www.bigpistachio.com or email aaron@bigpistachio.com.
For more information on FoxCat Events, go to FoxCatEvents.com or email cat, C-A-T, @foxcatevents.com, FoxCatEvents.com. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Drunk Athlete, hosted by Coach Aaron Truslow. Don't forget to subscribe to Drunk Athlete so you'll never miss an episode. Please share, rate, and review this podcast so more people like you can find it on iTunes. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please contact Coach Aaron at aaron@bigpistachio.com.